Hello, once more, everyone. Welcome back to the channel back here on YouTube this afternoon. Back here to talk about the my second half season predictions for Major League Baseball and the division standings. Back in the beginning of the season, I did a short video about 2.5 minutes long, I think. Talk about who I thought was going to play in the World Series and stuff. I did predict the Dodgers and the Yankees, and I was pretty much wrong on that because the Yankees, as I looked at the division standings, are 8 games behind the Red Sox. They're 8 games behind the Boston Red Sox and the American League East. The White Sox have a comfortable 8-game lead over the Indians and Astros. They have a 3.5-game lead over Oakland. I think that division is still up in the air. Oakland and Houston don't play till the end of the season. So the trade deadline is going to be impactful for both Houston and Oakland this season. But I do think Oakland's going to play spoiler, and so is Houston. One of those two teams will make big trades. They could both make big trades and both be in playoff spots at the end of the year. Because right now, if you look at it, it's basically the Rays and A's who have the wild card game. Tampa Bay would be hosting if the season ended today against Oakland. But, and then we'll talk about the National League real quick. You have the Mets on the end there, who have a 3.5-game lead over the Phillies, who are 44 and 44, 500, and also ranked the Brewers in the middle, who are 4 games up over the Reds. Reds can be a team that can make the playoffs, but who knows? Maybe they can. The only chance they have right now is if they win the division. It looks like. And then you have the National League West with the Giants, who are one of the surprises, like the Red Sox and the Astros, who are also surprising people this year again. The Giants, you look at their lead, 2 games over the Dodgers, 6 games over the Padres. And the Dodgers and Padres right now, guys, are the wild card teams going into the second half. If the season ended today, the Dodgers would host the Padres in the wild card game in Los Angeles. So, who knows? I don't know what I think of these all these divisions, but pretty interesting. All these teams I think are good. White Sox might need a hitter. I hear they're looking at infielders. I heard they're looking at an all-star second baseman from Pittsburgh, Adam Frazier, maybe even Eduardo Escobar. Who knows what's going to happen with any of these teams? But I will make my predictions here for the second half. I'll start here in the American League East. Okay, so I know the Red Sox have a 1.5-game lead, and the Rays won the division last year and went to a World Series. So I think it's going to be tight down to the finish. But I'm going to stick with Boston I'm going to stick with the Red Sox as the American League East division champions for 2021. Because given half up, Alex Cora's back. He won the World Series in 2018. His first year as manager, and last year with a suspension, he was off because he got fired technically and suspended, but the Red Sox hired him back, and he's in first place. So I think the Red Sox will definitely win this division. Rays, I'll put them in the wild card spot for now. For the American League Central, I think the White Sox are our top team, 8 games up over the Indians. I don't know if Cleveland has enough to get back to the playoffs, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to take the White Sox out of the American League Central as my division winner. Okay, so yeah. Here's my American League West prediction. I know everyone knows the last few teams out of the American League West. So everyone remembers back in 2010, 2011, Texas Rangers won this division 2 years in a row. They went to the World Series 2 years in a row in 10 and 11. Then in 2012, Texas Rangers basically collapsed, if you look back. And Oakland Athletics won that division. And I'm going to compare this Houston Astros to the Texas Rangers of 10 and 11 in 2012. But even though we know the Astros won the World Series in 17 but cheated, sorry about that. We know they cheated in 2017, that they went, well, technically they cheated in 19, maybe 17 as well. But everyone remembers in 2019 when the Astros went to the World Series, they beat the Yankees in the ALCS to win it. But in 2020, last year, the 60-game season, Oakland won that division. The year after, the Astros went to the World Series and lost. Just like the Rangers did in 2011 and lost. The next year, the Oakland Athletics won the division, but the Astros made the wild card last year. And everyone remembers the A's won that division in the American League West in 12 and 13 2 years in a row after the Rangers lost in 2011 in the World Series in 7 games to the Cardinals. My St. Louis Cardinals, by the way, is a Cardinals fan. So, my prediction for the American League West, and I'll say this, I think the Athletics will find a way to come out on top. So I'm going to put the Athletics there in the top spot. I think they win. Astros, I'll give them the American League wild card for a second year in a row. Unlike the Rangers in 2012, who missed the postseason altogether. Because the Texas Rangers did miss the postseason altogether in 2012 after losing in 7 games to the Cardinals in 2011 in the World Series. Okay? So, yeah. That's an interesting story. Going back on some histories back earlier in the last decade. So let's move on to the National League with the New York Mets in the American League East. 3.5 up on the Phillies, 4 up on the Braves, 6 up on the Nationals, 9 up on the Marlins. It's basically a 9-game lead. It's not far-fetched, but look at the other 2 divisions. Largest lead is like 32.5 and 18 between the top and bottoms. In the American League, in the National League East, it's basically a 9-game lead between the first place team and the last place team. So all teams are competing, which might be the toughest division. But I will say this. I don't know if the Phillies have what it takes this year. I don't even know if the Braves have what it takes. I think the Braves' window of opportunity is closing around them. But I will say this. I think if there's one team that's going to beat the Mets this year to the postseason, I think that could be the Nationals in the second half, maybe. The Washington Nationals. I think the Nationals might make it tough down the stretch if they start winning at 42 and 47, 6 games out. I think if they start winning, the Nationals will catch fire at some point in the second half and win the National League East. But I'll stick with them, and that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to take the Nationals here, put them on top of the Mets, because I'm going to say at the end of the year, we might have a game 163. This might be the division, the National League East might be one of the divisions we get a 163rd game, an extra game. Just saying. So, Nationals, Mets, I'm going to predict it right now. And we'll look back at this in September when the postseason gets here. In October when the playoffs get here. When I do my prediction then for who I think is going to win each round. If the Nationals and Mets play one game 163, I'll be surprised. So, don't call me out on this if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, though. And then our last division, the Milwaukee Brewer, second division in the National League. Then I'll Central, the Brewers, 53-39 over the Reds, 48-42. 4-game lead. Everyone knows the Brewers and Rays, they hooked up in a trade earlier this year for Willie Adames, J.P. Feierheisen, or Andrew Rasmussen, another 2 pitchers to the Rays for Willie Adames. Since the Brewers made that trade and brought on Adames, they've been the best team in baseball, and they're in first place. I don't know if the Reds can win a division. I don't know if the Reds even have a chance. I think they have a chance to make a wild card if the Dodgers or Padres or the Giants, one of those NL West teams, have collapses late in the season. We'll see. So the Reds, I'll hold them off for now and sit there and put them in the wild card race as a team to make the wild card. Our last division, the National League West. 2 games between the Giants and Dodgers, the top 2 teams. And then the Padres and Giants, 6 games for the Padres. And you have the 2 National League wildcard teams right now coming out of the National League West. But if one team is going to overtake the other, it's going to be the Dodgers who overtake the Giants. Dodgers overtake the Giants, I think. And I think the Dodgers and Giants, the reason I'm putting the Dodgers atop the Giants there, I think we will have a game 163 potentially as well. This division as well, the National League West. Sorry, I don't think Houston and Oakland can go one game 163. We'll see. It could happen. But right now I'm going with Oakland to win the American League East. American League West, I mean. So the Dodgers, I think, could play game 163 against the Giants. Padres still get a wild card spot. We'll have to play one of these 2, the Dodgers or the Giants. And whoever loses the Nationals Mets, I think goes home. Or maybe plays a game 163 to decide who plays the wild card game against the Padres or the Dodgers or the Giants. Who knows? Wild card can be messed up this year. It looks like in the National League, maybe. Well, it looks like Reds can make a run. Padres, Dodgers. Cubs and Cardinals. As a Cardinals fan, I'm not really sure. The Cardinals, I think, we only have 3 starting pitchers on our team. We need a starting pitcher, so that's what I'm saying. yeah, so overall, I don't know. Who do I think is going to win the World Series? Playing the World Series? Well, I'm going to change that up from the last time we talked earlier in the season. I did say Dodgers and Yankees, and the Dodgers would win back-to-back. Right now, I'm going with the surprising teams this year, potentially. I'm going to take I'm going to put the Reds. I think the Red Sox and the Brewers. Brewers are the surprise team this year in the National League Central to me. I think the Brewers and Red Sox meet up in the World Series. And I think Alex Cora, since he's back managing the Red Sox, I think the Red Sox beat the Brewers in 7 games. So, yeah, Red Sox beat the Brewers in 7 games for the World Series. Sorry about that. I just dropped it. I'll pick that up real quick. Yeah, dropping things all over. But I think the Red Sox win the World Series this year in 7 games over the Brewers. But, you know, maybe the Giants get there, maybe the Dodgers, maybe the Mets, maybe the Nationals, who knows. I'm going hard on the Nationals because I think they can do it. Yeah, Red Sox, White Sox, A's, Dodgers, Giants. Even on wildcard games, Padres, Reds potentially. Any one of these good teams that I'm talking about today can win the World Series. Even the Astros. I wouldn't be surprised if the Astros make it. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll be back in October to talk about the actual predictions when we know the playoff teams, who they are. And I'll do that in October. So with that being said, I hope everyone enjoys it and enjoy this video. If you liked it, please remember to hit the like button below. And please remember to watch, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to tell your friends to do the same if they've not done so yet already. And please also hit the notification button below so you know when I upload a new video. With that being said, have a nice day, stay safe, and I'll see you in our next video, which will be tomorrow. I'll be doing the mail day videos tomorrow. Back at the mail day video tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.